Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and just like I said last episode, I'm continuing on this exact same day after recording this for several hours straight. Even though I had to listen to this exact same menu music for so many times, just going through this flowchart and even through editing, I don't feel sick of this music at all. It feels so appropriate here. And it's still like, I still love it. I still love it. Oh god. Oh. Probably helps too that, good mood today. Very good mood, even before I start recording. So who's ready to go down and see another variation of a big hardcore massacre? Oh boy. Let's see what happens when we go with E, with the one true first robot apparently. Like the alpha model of an ex machina. Oh boy. Emily Fiction, here we come. Hopefully everything gets revealed. Wonder what ports are gonna be left out and which actually only makes sense in conjunction with Birth Me Code. Okay, what E-I-L-Y-M. E. Didn't know when Agnes would catch up to us, and there was only one course of action that came to mind. To do anything again, I decided I need to get to the core of this problem. I had to get to the laboratory as soon as possible. The main problem was my identity. Agnes was so convinced that by killing everyone he'd get Smiley. If I only convinced him otherwise, then he'd spare me at least. It didn't solve him of his crimes. I planned on bringing him to justice as soon as I was out of here, but I needed him to drop the chase. I thought I'd take the train as soon as I arrived. Oh, we're gonna tell him exactly that that door. We entered the laboratory without a hitch. There were no signs of Agnes either. It's a good thing because if he'd been here, he would have gotten in the way. Worse, he would trigger the punishment entering the station with more than 2 people by mistake. That was definitely the problem for that worst outcome for everyone involved. I still had no idea to open the door, but having felt the back of the remote, I noticed there was something there. Now that I wasn't in a rush to get here, I examined the little studs. They formed rectangular patterns. I knew this. It was Braille. How lucky that E's still here and alive! I exclaimed to myself, half sarcastic. Oh jeez, I wasn't even planning to be half sarcastic. Oh my god, I've turned to Simon! Holy crap, I was not planning to be. This is fucking character development for me. Oh my fucking Christ. Oh my god. I fully adopted this. True, it was still lucky. But perhaps too lucky. It took a moment to think about what this meant. Agnes hadn't really gone for her. Of course. He knew about the Braille. That was why I needed her alive. But that's only if he cares about breaking his way into here. Since the Braille is even before that. No, wait. He could read it, wouldn't he? He knows I talked to E and stuff. This gave me a headache, so I decided to stop trying to understand what went through his head. Even worse, I had an even bigger headache when holding the remote. E held my other hand. I pulled from her, which thankfully didn't make her panic. I needed both my hands free to write a message. Only had one piece of paper left. I handed it to her and longed for the remote. You want me to touch the remote and tell you what's written on it? I can do that, but are we near an exit? She paused, figuring that I would answer. But didn't. She lost a bit of her composure. If we're near an exit, can we just leave? I obviously knew otherwise. But even if I knew otherwise, there was a part of me that said, I could go. Right now. Like this. Things are fine. That's why I knew the solution for the exit already. You do, but let's not do that right now. Okay, well, on this remote it says, reverse me to open the way in, and forgive me for me, forgive, and in way that open to me reverse. Wait, okay, I'm gonna write this down. My trusty envelope paper, which I never found that stupid original piece of paper I found all around my room. E-I-L-Y-M backwards, that's my lie. What is my life? This is my life! Backwards, it stands for my life! The words, code letters, and orders E-I-L-Y-M. Backwards is M-Y-L-I-E. What the fuck? Forgive me for what? Forgive me for all the torment I put you through. I don't understand. Oh God. Well, if you didn't believe me, if you believe me, I was not insane before. Sorry to have your hopes dashed. I didn't understand either. I plucked the remote from her as calmly as I could. Looking at it, I realized I can enter 5 letters into it. 5 letters. Didn't know what this meant, but somewhere there was some sort of password. All I needed to do was figure it out. Simple, right? 5 letters. 1 password. Oh boy. I think I know what's in the vat now. Oh, the worst part is, that was because of the spoiler, and that was not anyone's fault. Oh, that was the game glitching. I don't even care to bring this up. It wasn't anyone's fault, and as far as I know, I couldn't replicate it in the game itself, so I thought it was patched. Oh boy. Oh, I still probably should, like, mention it. Oh boy. Neglect! Yay. That was it. I might as well say this right here. When I was first going through this game from the very beginning, yes, the very beginning, I was going through another save file, which if you remember me, if you're an astute observer and remember one of the episode beginnings where I went back to see the Vatung joke with the eye cursors. They have a thing where the check mark when you go back to the escape room again to see if you went through it again. I was looking through another save file for the things to get through it. Yeah, it's relevant here because while I was going through it, I was also like going through it to like also in a way like thumbnails and other editing stuff to go back to, and I didn't want to mess with my original save file. And I went to the extras menu, to go for more editing stuff, and apparently some reason the CGI part was maxed out, the whole thing. Oh, and every single thing was open. And the only thing is though, I did not register any of the pictures except for the bottom right one. The very bottom right one. The only one. Everything else was a blur. So I saw all of that with no trouble of my own. All of that was me just going through it first time with vague notions of that this whole time. This whole time. And is it technically still a lie if it's a lie of omission? This is technically my lie, even if it's not technically one. Seems fitting to bring it up here now. Seems almost way too fitting. My God. My God. I don't know how this became so coincidental, yet so perfect. All at the same time. Holy hell. What the fuck? What is my life? What is my life but my life? My God. I thought about it, but I just couldn't figure it out. Until finally, it struck me. A painful headache crept upon my head. Here we go! Here we go! In order, my brain is squeezed so hard I thought I was gonna die. I dropped the remote onto the nearby table and fell down upon it. Ugh! Why does it hurt so much? What the fuck? My hands closed into fists and I banged into the table a few times. I banged my fists, my forehead, my whole body. The pain was excruciating. Someone help! I called for help in my head, knowing full well nobody would answer. Several long moments of this pain followed. It was as if my head was filling with a great deal of information, too much in fact. Finally it ceased. I breathed heavily, panting with any idea of what just transpired. However, something felt different now. This was just like the time of the station. All my memories came back to me. I remembered everything. The letters. I know them. Finally, I stabilized and stood back to my feet. I entered the 5-letter password following the instructions on the remote. The 5 letters were E-I-L-Y-M. Their reverse order was my lie. And that was it. As soon as I turned the remote to the reinforced door and pressed the send button, the way in was opened. Very slowly, the door creaked open. It looked surprisingly heavy when it was closed, but now, as it moved just enough to let me grab the slide and pull it wide open, it looked older than anything else. Beside me, E was holding herself. The movement of the air opening had most likely sent some intense vibrations to the ambient air. What's going on? What do we open? Alas, I couldn't answer her. Instead, I pulled her into the room, confident I can finally prove my innocence. This is all everything, I thought. Next to me, E wasn't quite in a state of panic yet, but she was clearly getting there. We both stepped to this place, past the small scanners on the walls and ceiling. Are we outside? I wish I could see. Something about this struck me as odd. Oh god, oh my god. She could see, no? I knew it. She had eyes. This headset worked to rebuild her vision. It would be done very soon. If that was the case, then she would finally be able to see soon. Why was she panicking? What is this? Where are we? We're not supposed to be here! E, please, calm down. I knew it was useless to try, but I couldn't communicate with her otherwise. Instead, I reached for her arms to stop her. She was gesturing in any wrong movement could hurt in this place. No, no! I want to see! Take this thing off! I need it off! I want to see! I knew the headset she had was almost done doing its job, but like this? It wouldn't finish. I tried to help her, but she shoved me away with remarkable strength. I hit the wall with a dull thud. Oh! Stop! I looked around the room in my daze. This place is a bit like some kind of escape room similar to those we had earlier. If he could calm down for 2 seconds, I might have been able to... Ah! This is wrong! This is all wrong! What is this? No! What? I turned my head to E, stepping to the source of the noise while quickly sitting back up. The sight that greeted me was so strange I could not move. E's skin was smooth. Smooth skin. I saw her smooth skin. The moment I saw that right in front of me, E... What the sh... had no eyes. What the fuck? Her skin was horrifically smooth, as if she never had eyes to begin with. A normal human face should have had eyes, a nose, ears, and a mouth, but he was missing some. She had no eyes and she had no ears. She had no eyebrows. She was featureless. Not only was she missing some vital components to her autonomy, she was also aware of it. She panicked, terrified of herself. Her hands searched for her face in vain. All she could find there was smooth skin. What kind of fucking fever dream is this game now? I also felt my face as a result, but didn't share her situation. I can't see. I can't see. I can't see and I can't hear. The vision of horror cemented itself in my head. A few more seconds passed by as I remained frozen and unable to think, unable to understand. What was happening to E? I tried looking away, but the more I tried to do so, the more I was glued to the sight. This was unnatural. This was inhuman. Time had come to a standstill as I stared, frozen with inability to process what my own eyes were seeing. What was this? As time passed, I rolled my way out of my stupor. Finally, my arms, which felt like lead before, were capable of moving again. I reached for her to try to help her, but she shoved me away again in her panic. Ugh! I leaned against the machine with the switches, after which it took me a second to stand back up. At least following that, E seemed to calm down. Looked at her again as I rose. She stopped gesturing entirely, drumming against the wall like a marionette with the strings cut. She doesn't seem to breathe anymore. E! Are you okay? You keep bringing the marionette thing up, oh my god. I quickly lunged towards her. Oh no. I did something about this. What could have caused this? The strangest part was how she fell dormant right after shoving me. Did something happen in this room? Did I tackle her around and help her promptly? I've been so focused on helping E before that I hadn't noticed there was this strange machine in the middle. It's kind of like... it was a large containment unit. They approached it, looked inside. Oh boy. It's been so long since I've seen the CGI. The CG art. Oh boy. I wonder if we remember it. I vaguely remember it. I vaguely do. Oh my god. There was someone. A person floating in the vat. Didn't know who this was. Was this the 9th person? Was it one of the others? Oh no. Oh boy. This is not what it was. Okay. No, they wore a mask. I recognized it instantly. Smiley? This person held in suspension within the vat was Smiley. At least that's what some of their attire suggested. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, well, there are multiple things, so something's gonna change here. I know it. And this made sense, however, as I had memories of one of the twins also wearing Smiley's helmet. Inside the vat was a woman, not a little girl. I could tell by her general body shape. It was a grown female body, perhaps slightly old. There was no time to look at this for too long. I reminded myself I had to help E, and I also had to stop Agnos and his mad rampage. So... this music. Are you shitting me? Oh my god, are you shitting me? What is this? What is this? They approached the machine in the back, the one that had a bunch of switches on it. I thought that's a sweater for a second. I was like, okay, the best time to wear striped sweaters all the time, but I don't feel all the time right now. I don't feel happy right now. Well, I kind of do. I feel ecstatic. I fell against it earlier when E pushed me aside. Bring my attention back to the machine. I can understand what these switches were all for. However, I realized one important thing. There were 9 switches. I went into the room. 8 had been up and 1 had been down. Oh god, I remember... Now a few of them were scrambled. Are these for our collars? So they felt like it wouldn't be a good idea to mess with them. What if it did even worse? What if I trigger the collars and we die? Ugh, I don't have a choice. Maybe what happens if I... But maybe I shouldn't. No. I took a moment to look at the vat. The person was still floating inside, attached with thick cables and tubes. Who was this exactly? They were a woman. Oh boy. Wait. Jasmine? Is that you in there? I couldn't be sure yet. If it was Jasmine, then she had grown older. I don't want that thought to be real. I feel my face shaking. I'm keeping it still, but it feels like it's slightly shaking, the tiniest bit. This was a notebook. What a nice notebook. There are a lot of pages with a bunch of useless stuff. It was talking about pneumatics? The hell is that? There's a bunch of footnotes about causality. This is the will of causality. Well, I guess we're gonna read all of that in instant. Pneumatics, or applied pneumatics, is the field of study researching thoughts, what thoughts consist of, and the transfer of thoughts. By likening the human mind to a series of electric currents, wave signals, and compression of readable data, it is possible, in theory, to recreate minds based on exact brain patterns and memories. Individuals made of memories and experiences, which means that they are replicated to an exact degree, the individual would exist twice as themselves. And that's a piece of material is necessary for transmitting memories, but they are highly unstable. Highly unstable. It's much safer to recreate events leading to a certain memory to make a stable memory. Most dangerous of all is the transmission of data by emission of waves. Any head that would come close to the waves would receive the memories, possibly mistaking them for visions. Waves. What? Mistaking them for visions? In the church. We had that vision. So, replicated places, yeah. Wait, what does this mean? To remember my head around it. Does it mean that when I was having some visions, a thought flashed in my head, this did happen before, not just once either. I remember when my head came close to Jasmine for that kiss. I had visions of the train I could just not get rid of. They were haunting me in that moment. Could it be that those were fabricated somehow? Oh my god. My twin leaned forward over the counter to look at what Agnes was preparing. She suddenly started talking about terrorists who planted bombs in a metro. Oh my god, I was going to talk about two at one point. Her memories were weird. Weird, I thought that I remember that differently for some reason. Did something transmit that memory to her? And all the times I held... So they could have been... And all the times I held E or supported E, when I feel like I could fully trust her, why her voice is so melodic? Oh my god. No one has psychic powers, apparently. No one has psychic powers. No one has psychic powers. No one has psychic powers. One more time for good measure. No one... Okay. Was this also something that was being transmitted? The question is, where are those transmissions coming from? I couldn't answer that. I needed more information. Sadly, as the pages went on, this became too confusing for me. I couldn't glean anything from this. In accordance to the laws of causality, a cause must always have an effect. The reverse is also true. An effect must always have a cause. Nothing causes everything to happen, then nothing happens. That is why, in the event of an effect being observable first, all causes of it would be forced into existence. This is the anthropic principle. Because it was observed later, all that led to it exists. Oh, I even looked it up, anthropic principle too. It was I don't know if they're gonna explain it in the exact same words, but I know from what I've seen, I've looked it up. It was a study or like a principle of like trying to examine the universe and like how the universe has so many different united values that all make it up who we are, like to have like to stay in even human life. That was basically what I read in essence. Might be wrong about that tiny bit. Maybe. I'm no expert. Never claimed to be. I'm no experienced mountain climber. Memories and fucking experiences. If an outside source can witness some events, then other events would need to pave the way for said events to happen. As knowledge is impossible to unlearn, any witnessing would create it for all time. Wait, I feel this is way more important than I'm glossing over a tiny bit. If an outside source came to witness some events, then other events would need to pave the way for said events to happen. As knowledge is impossible to unlearn, any witnessing would create it for all time. To the cloud, and the padlocks in the flowchart. That thing. To that. Cause and effect. Causality. To that. So saying, because we're here now, other events need to exist? Am I getting this right? This isn't helping me save E, but for some reason I couldn't deny the fact that this was somehow important. This is also because of the eternal return, isn't it? But this is like, assuming that's the whole thing with E, like, you know, E-sensation right on the top of my head, E7, 8? Means there's like 2 more times before the universe completely collapses in on itself. How does that work? Oh, for Project to Forge? Oh my god. Someone closed everything up and returned to the search of the room. This box was a diary of some sort. There's no lock on it, as if it was inviting me to read it. Well, who fucking cares about privacy at this point, huh? But read which part? Yeah, let's read it out of order. No. Page 1. Dear Diary, I write you today because I have no idea what I'm doing. What a way to start it. I'm enrolled at some school. It's the University of Montreal. All this is very new to me. Hopefully I will learn now how to keep a diary, and I'll enjoy companionship as a bit to do. Perhaps I'll even feel something. Page 2. Dear Diary, today I've managed to impress everyone with my prowess in computer equations, quantifying signals and collaborating brainwaves in a theoretical field called nomadics. However, I'm still sad and lonely. Everyone admires me for my skills as they say I'm a prodigy. I still feel nothing despite that, so I'm cold and empty inside. Page 3. Dear Diary, a few men came to me today to offer me a job. They were so impressed with my prowess that they said they could bring me through a screening process. They will come back in a week. Until then, they said I should prepare as much material as I can to prove myself in front of the entire board of directors. Is this stress? Page 4. Dear Diary, today I managed to land a job. It's been a while since I wrote anything, but I wasn't sure if I had time. I am now officially part of... The parts are completely crossed out. Page 5. Dear Diary, the job I'm doing can be very taxing. I'm under a strict contract to never reveal what I'm working on, but some of it makes me really wonder if this is the right way. They're paying me an outrageous amount of money, though. I wonder what kind of rich person could even fund all this. Page 6. Dear Diary, it has been a month since I last wrote. During this time, something magical happened. I'm sorry I couldn't write. I had a lot of focus on. What happened was that I met a boy. No, I just saw a boy, that's all. Didn't really meet him. I felt shyness. I feel butterflies. I don't know what this is. Something in me was interested. I don't know how to process this. I'll write more later. Page 7 has been ripped out. Page 8 goes as follows. Dear Diary, I did it. I finally created the first gem. It's code for Gamma. Gamma. Huh. Gamma EM. The rest is crossed out. Huh. Page 9. Dear Diary, I renamed the gem to something else that seemed more fitting. We're going to attempt putting someone's thoughts into it and see how it works. I hope this won't be a mistake. My attraction to the boy is growing stronger every day. I don't know why I feel this way. This isn't love, is it? Either way, he hasn't looked at me even once. Like, he doesn't even notice me. Page 10. Dear Diary, the experiment failed. The MLE didn't function properly. I think this is going to take me a lifetime to get right, to make fully functional replicants. Despite that, I vowed I'll succeed. Soon, we'll be able to keep people alive for centuries without degradation. And then, we'll be able to move forward like never before. Page 11. Dear Diary, I'm bad. Nothing is currently right. I've been chosen to oversee this. I don't know what to do. At first I was glad, but now I learned what it is, I don't want to do it. But if I don't do it, though, he's gonna die. Why was he chosen, too? The boy I like. He was chosen to be put in this. What do? I don't want to lose this job, but I also don't want to lose him. I don't have a choice. I need to oversee this. I need to save him. What is going on? What is going on? I don't even know how to categorize this emotion right now. How do I categorize this emotion? I don't feel angry. I'm just like... I don't know how to describe it. I'm just like, what the shit is this? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully my precautions would prevent me from dying, but if I do die, then... The entries end here. Huh. Whoever the boy is, he sure isn't misfortunate. Someone close everything up and return to the search of the room. Okay, well, that's everything here. Oh no. I hesitated, took a deep breath, and then made up my mind. Didn't have any choice. Nothing else in this room was helpful in any capacity. Well, here goes. I flipped one switches to the other side. It was the fourth one. Nothing happened. Fuck, if anything happened to Agnes' collar, I can't know like this. Wait, there are 9 switches. 8 of them were switched to what I assume is on. What's going on with the 9th? Why is it off? Nothing bad happened to our collars when they were on, then most likely nothing bad would happen if I put the 9th one on one on as well. I did the plunge and did it. Right away, I could tell a change was coming from the vent in the middle of the room. You know, this might be the change, but right now, at the top of my head right now, I can't even remember what the CG art was. All I can remember was the color of orange. That was it. I don't know if that's actually remembering or not, because apparently my memories and experiences that's so long ago, and yeah, it's been a while, and I didn't want to replicate that thing again. And if even if I managed to somehow recreate that glitch again, like the CG art counter went up to 100%, I definitely was gonna click on it again, but I don't remember, but don't know exactly what it is, but I don't think I remembered hoses, like hooked to a person like that. I thought I saw something else. Something else. It was, to put it simply, draining away. Did the person inside move slightly? I watched in awe. The woman inside of the vat suddenly removed all the tubes connected to her to it. The water was low enough. She took off the helmet she wore. What is going on? Who are you? I asked as the glass separated us. It was a little woman, just like I surmised. Oh. Oh, okay. The glass lowered enough to let her step through, which she did momentarily. I had to wait to give her some space. With Smiley's mask, I hadn't been able to tell who it was, but without it, she looked somewhat familiar, and she looked very old. She must have been at least 90 years old, if not even older than that. So, let's come to this. Oh, okay. Oh, I can see that. You have some lovely little hair clips. Lovely hair clips. Lovely. So let's come to this. Sense no hostility from her. She looked very sad, though. I caught the glance she gave towards E's body. Wait, are you? The question hung on my lips and I couldn't finish it. She patiently waited for me to do so. As soon as I couldn't, she chuckled. Let me catch my breath first. It has been so long, after all. After being suspension for this long is very difficult. The voice that came from her had a low tone, but I could still feel as if it had some kind of melodious and pleasant. She pulled a chair from under a nearby table and sat down in front of me. What's going on here? Why does E not have eyes and you... Who are you exactly? Are you Smiley? She chuckled at that. Her manners could have used some polish. I wonder about that now too. I am indeed Smiley, but... No, that's not quite right. Without S, I'm only Emily. My full name is Emily Fiction... Okay. It is not my real name, but that is because I have no name. This is the name I gave myself. It's as good as any, I hope. It's fictional, goddammit. Emily? God, the goddamn disclaimer. Emily? Didn't know anyone named Emily. Wait, I had a good look at her. I realized what felt familiar before. Took a glance at E's body. Not Emily's body, E's body. Was this body which didn't move any more Emily's bodies too? I could tell her face was similar, even without the eyes. Her hair was arranged similarly as well. That's correct. I'm Emily, and she's Emily. Both of us are one and the same. Although, that part is not entirely correct. She is an Emily of Emily. Emily stands for Electro-Autonomous Memory-Driven Informal Library, which gives the Emily acronym, named after myself, her developer. She sighed wistfully, shaking her head. But one thing at a time. We have many topics to cover now that we are here. I'm sure you have read my notes in my diary. Sneaky boy. I nodded, remained silent, unsure what I should what I should have said, if anything. Instead, I let her talk to avoid her getting confused in her explanations. It's your final chance to think about everything before I say my piece, so take it now or proceed. I'll let you choose the order in which I explain it all. I can talk about myself, or about you, and the other participants, and I'll finish up with this entire event's ordeal. I'll clear my mind on what we talk about first. I actually want to know about this part first. I want to know more about you. Oh ho ho! Such a thing pleases me greatly. Although I suppose it was preordained I would be meant to talk about me, my motivation why I am Smiley. Although I suppose that is incorrect. Without S, I'm only Miley. Or Emily. Miley. Emily. It is our connection that created this entire thing after all. It's because I was stupid. I wanted everything. I was greedy. I used to be a normal person, as normal as I could force myself to be. I used to frequent the University of Montreal so long ago now. I studied in applied nomadics, which allowed me to manipulate thoughts and such. Yes, that diary is mine. Sure, you don't need me to tell you a lot about that, but I can give context. The organization that contacted me is called the MTS. They are horrible, horrible people who do human experiments. I had no idea what I got myself into for the longest time. So I worked for them. I built various technological advances while furthering my studies. One day I met you, Simon. You did not see me. In fact, you never even so much as looked at me. As I said, I wasn't normal. I don't have feelings. I wanted them, but never had them. I was not good with human relationships in general. Just never felt compelled to approach. I was fine just looking from afar. Unfortunately, that was a mistake. I was just continuing work for the MTS, mind you. Eventually, they wanted to host this event, and I was the best candidate for it. And so I became Smiley. I learned you, well, people would be participating in it. And so, I wanted to save you. I wanted to save you, and I also wanted to create an unbreakable bond between us. Such an experience would be something no other people could ever share. I wanted to create it. I wanted to create love. I wanted to no longer be so unrequited. Didn't know how to take this. Some sort of weird declaration of love? From an old woman? Or perhaps it was a little too prejudiced to think badly of it, but I wanted to stop it, but I couldn't. So instead, I tried creating loopholes and a way out, because if it wasn't for me, everyone would have died. XC is a part of the process. Even though I failed. Hopefully you can find it in you to forgive me. We'll see about that. Take a pause before we continue talking. Yeah, I have a question about that. Why us? Why choose all of us? Oh, this is a little complicated. First of all, you need to understand that we chose our subjects very carefully. This can go in ordered number. G, as you call her, was chosen simply because she came as a pair with a twin, Hannah. But she'd also been involved in the replacement of her sister under observation. You were chosen because somehow the MTS was aware of my attraction to you. They didn't want me to start doing something stupid. They chose you as some sort of punishment or point of focus for me. Wow. I never wanted you to have been chosen. Let me establish that. If I got my way, that's what would have happened. Marco was chosen because he also was a student in applied nomadics. We knew the MTS the same way I knew them. He was opposed to what they were doing. He was dangerous, they said. I don't see it. Agnes was chosen because he had betrayed them before. The MTS held an experiment in which his wife was killed. Result, he defected when he reintegrated the ranks. However, he no longer held the esteemed position he once had. Instead, he became part of the cleanup crew. Back on New York, he was resigned here, but unbeknownst to him, he was to be killed off in this place. Hannah was chosen because she was one of the very first Gamma Ex Machinas, or gems, to rename Emily's. She was in an experiment to measure the link between twins. She never learned her sister was a fake. Ray was chosen because he got too close to the NTS. He took a brain scan somewhere. The NTS contacted him to help him with some sort of cure. I don't know any of the details beyond this much, but that was apparently enough for them. Wow. Maybe the medicine he had was experimental in some way. Myself should be obvious. Looked at the motionless body. So my thing for beginning is right. There was no mastermind, and from near the beginning of the first game, we weren't the mastermind. I'm just sitting here reading all this. Instead of me having all my emotions just lowering out as like the last 2 episodes, I think. This one I just feel... I don't know how to feel. Still ecstatic, but... I don't know. So you controlled your Emily remotely? Oh, no. This is quite literally me. Remember, they're autonomous, Simon. Anyway, finally, Jasmine? Obviously, she's the real Jasmine. It was another half-failed experiment where they turned someone into a completely different person. Hannah, the real one, was heavily injected and rebuilt to become Jasmine herself. That one I had no hand in. It seems very atrocious. She closed her fists, so angry. It showed the same emotion, but was also liberating. Yes, this meant the real Jasmine was still fine. Of course, I remembered this. Anyway, about this entire experiment. She took a brief pause and gave me an opportunity to glance over at E. Was she never to move again? My thoughts were interrupted when Emily spoke anew. On April 22nd, 2028, all Ables were prepared in Parata's underground facility. Oh god. How far in the future is this? How far into the future is this? How far into the future is this? I brought this underground facility. They internally call it the Tower Rebirth, even if it is deep below the surface. The goal is simple. Create a situation that would bring an internal observer to this world, or directly give birth to it. Oh shit. As you no doubt browse my notes, you must be aware of the perception of existence. Bring an outside observer, or God, as the MTS calls it. We will create this world by retroactively bringing every element needed for its construction. That is the anthropic principle. Such that the world is as it is now, because if it wasn't, then it wouldn't be. That means the necessary component for this world to exist was for this experiment to take place. Hold up, what? Oh my god. Hold up, what? That doesn't make any sense. It is a reverse cause to effect. By creating the effect, which was this experiment, they gave birth to the world, which was the cause leading up to it. So just by experiencing this, it gives it life. I love it. Amazing. My voice sounds so deadpan, but I'm actually... Yeah. I love it so much. I love it a lot. I love it so much. Which was the thing, the cause leading up to it. But that's not how it works. You need a cause to make the effect happen. Do you? If you have the effect, then the cause is the necessary element for it to happen? Well, whatever. I'm getting confused. Please, continue. Right. I'll leave the specifics to theory crafters. So anyway, in this experiment, everyone was adorned with a collar. They are what had been selected to be the transmitters. Those collars contain every single bit of the memory you remember. When affixed to a human body, they transmit false memories, as you being the Metro, Jasmine, and Marco. The collars and collars are two different things. I literally remember looking through the lexicon and just looking for the word looking for C for collars, and it was not there. Instead, it was listed under the T for the collars. That was a weird distinction. That was a fake memory being transmitted to your brain every time you woke up, the very beginning, alongside Jasmine. The same order of idea. Fake memories have been transmitted to everyone else before they woke up too. For instance, Marco's opposition to MTS was suppressed. Instead, he started sharing the doctrine. He inexplicably believed in God. Agnes was given the knowledge to create explosives, but before he only used pre-made ones. Hannah forgot her school life. Those memories were falsified, which really changed how she remembered her time there. She forgot her entire circle of friends. I was going to forget I was the master behind all this. That was a grave problem, and it ultimately led to carnage. I wish I could take it back so badly. Either way, the collars functioned well, but they weren't perfect. Thankfully, I played into my hands until Agnos decided to destroy everything. I still can't fathom what went through his head. The collars are not stable, which may explain why he behaved like that. They create conflicts in the mind that can grow like a mental tomb and that erodes your sanity. You may have seen this happen a few times. Has also been subjected to it when memories do not match up with what you previously thought you saw. Right, that time with Jasmine. No, those times. Happened more than once. Precisely. The carnage of fall sadly robbed every person of their lives, including you. You were beheaded. I still, to this day, have a vivid memory of that moment, and it haunts my nightmares. Following your beheading, I had no choice. I remade it all. I squinted in suspicion. What does she mean by that? It took me many, many, many years. In fact, if I'm this old, it's because I spent my whole life researching the field of nomadic so I could recreate exact perfect replicas of a human. Of course, their interior is still robotic, as they are strange, fleshy robot hybrids, but these are the Emilys you see now. She motioned towards E. I created all 8 of you to rebuild the memories of this place. For your particular case, I used your head as code. But why? Oh, Jesus. It's simple, Simon. I wanted to see you again. Can you fault me? I wanted to see you again. I wanted you to forgive me. I wanted to absolve myself. Never imagined to replicate you perfectly. The you who had gone through the first one, the one that I called Ending A, the one that got beheaded, the one that saved me, that was so courageous despite it all. Currently, we are in Ending S. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Fucking Christ! I wanted to give you another chance. The last had been the goal at first, but the MTS collapsed shortly after Agnos destroyed the Metro. It was impossible to bury the event, and the police arrested everyone and dismantled everything. Collapsed shortly? What? Everyone gone, dismantled everything. But I was never found. I was declared legally dead, along with all of us who were buried in the tower's complete wreckage. But I had time. And so I spent my entire life researching nomadics here, rebuilding this entire place. I do not intend to hide my crimes. However, you'll have to also understand. pushed their hands for a moment. I didn't have a choice either. This needed a happy ending somehow. God wouldn't let me. What do you mean? Remember when I said that effect can be created before the cause? It's like that. God is here. God is watching us. God's tricking me into making more and more. Oh. But just like God is tricking me, I'm tricking God. To tie time, the fact it was a repeated event, the fact it looked like you were making choices, the fact it was all built this way. I made slight modifications and recalibration to your brain into others' brains to hopefully reach its ending A again. But it was never quite right, so I need more time. I made it look like everything with just one path had changed based on what you believed. In reality, I was tricking God because I need more time. Just as God tricked me because God wanted us to the true end. I had to program all those choices in your head. And you felt like something wasn't exactly your choice because I had to change your beliefs and try and attain that ending again. But anyway, I failed. I didn't manage to do it. As evidenced by your presence here, and the fact I'm now opening my heart, I have failed. Still, I do have more to say about this. This one was insane. I couldn't believe what she was explaining to me. God? Choices? Calibration? My head would use as code? Code for what? Myself? Most likely. Okay, hold on. This is a joke, right? This doesn't make any sense. It does, Simon. Many people believe the world works in timelines. But out there's another timeline where everyone's happier, or worse off. It's comforting to know that you are not doing so bad after all. The truth is that there's never been concrete proof of that. The fact I repeated this event not once, not twice, but 18 times now is proof of the opposite. And I, stuck in this place, the monkey eternally typing the strength of fate, to replicate an event that shouldn't have existed in the first place. And do you know what that makes it? No? I don't know. You know about Schrodinger's cat, right? You can't know the outcome until it's witnessed. Well, imagine the reverse. What if you were in the box? What if you died? You won't be able to see the outcome, right? But the outcome existed. God witnessing this moment means the effect exists. And so, I couldn't have died because I wanted to be the one God watched everything through. An observer outside of an enclosed universe would only see the world when a good ending had been reached, so I couldn't die. That is why I blindfolded myself. I cut off my hearing. I had minimal senses. Because if I removed it all, the only thing God could witness was the absolute good end. I definitely was the most curious about E this whole time. The ending I was yearning for. An ending in which you were alive, I was alive, which we integrated society, with all this behind us and lived happily together. Because I loved you, Simon, but so this doesn't matter now. In the end, I fucked up. She cringed as she swore. It was difficult for her. For the reason I could hardly understand. God chose to witness this world through you. Why? I don't know. Because that was the case, all of that setup was for naught. Holy shit. And so the vision from inside the box always leads to two outcomes. Just as the cat dies or lives, now both outcomes exist. There is quantum suicide and, oh, the sick burn. Quantum immortality. Was not allowed to die because there had to be more story. There had to be more of this to reach this point. Do you understand better now? Not really. I don't want to downplay your explanation, but this is impossible to prove. This God business is witnessing that, the anthropomorphic principle, whatever this all is, doesn't make any goddamn sense. But it does, Simon. That's how the world works. And I hate it, and I'm sure you hate it too. Explain to me how and where we were remade 18 fucking times. The reactor. You must have once, haven't you? The reactor contains all of you. All of your Emily slowly maturing over 12 years. Every time to replicate ending A, you're matured over 12 years. 12 years? Yes. It is a long and arduous process. 22. 34. These are the latest versions of Emily's, and they are the most sophisticated of a lot. They're not alpha prototypes or beta constructs. They are full and complex. Wait. So, 12 years? I'll save you the maths. 12 times 18. I also have to add the lifetime of research I needed. I'm severely off. I felt sick. How much time passed since ending A? My god. It has been 288 years since you first woke up in the metro, Simon. Holy fucking shit. This is the year 2310. Almost 300 years had passed since I first woke up? Instantly, I felt defeated. Despair ran through my body, stuck in the information. Jasmine's dead. Jasmine is long dead. Everyone I knew is gone. I went to my knees and then onto my hands, too. I couldn't handle the truth. The world became a twisted swirl of nothingness. Everyone I knew was gone. Forever. I would never see them again. Jasmine was dead. Mercury was dead from ending A2. The real us? Even the real me? Everyone's dead! This is a mockery of life! No. This is life, Simon. This is our life. Androids and humans. Oh, bullshit! Androids can be their own selves. I'm just... myself. I'm not myself. I'm myself, but not myself. I'm not myself. I'm a copy. I'm not me. Looked at my hands and clenched my teeth. The old woman delicately reached forward to grab one of them and pull me up to my feet again. I think we should go see something. Come with me. I felt so defeated, but I didn't even protest. The old woman guided me out. I lost track of where we went after that. We fetched a key with a loop that looked like the number 8 from Agnes's immobile body. Even turned off the machine. That's how I knew. Emily said it was true. I was an android. I knew that already, didn't I? That's when I died. I was turned off, and there was darkness. I died 18 times. No, wait. That wasn't true, was it? My sight came back to me as I rectified my posture. We were in the elevator going upwards. Hold on, Emily. I haven't died every time, have I? We're almost there. What about you? How are you still alive after 300 years had passed? 288 years to be exact, Simon. There are multiple types of vats, not just the ones used to grow Emily's. I remained alive because I kept myself in suspension within a vat in a special laboratory storage room. That answers the question I had with the twins being still teens. Thankfully, I still had beta Emily's to use to repair, rebuild, and regarnish this place, automatically, every time. In the theater, those robots you touched, they were an army of very early prototypes. They were the ones who did most of the work, but a lot of them eventually failed, had to keep newer versions. That is why you may have seen a twin with her caller in the security room. Oh, I want to process again. In the theater. Army of very early prototypes. The ones who did most of the work, but a lot of them eventually failed how to keep newer versions. Maybe seen a twin with a collar in the security room. Wait, why did she not have a collar, though? It's because the collars have your entire personality, Simon. Your memories are constantly being broadcast to your body. As Emily without those, you're no better than a robot with any thought. An automaton. So, I touched the collar. This thing I wore that could kill me, that could end me, was me. I was beheaded. Then I didn't die because my head was cut off. It's because the collar shut down. Oh god. I remember when they talked about the whole ending of the train with the Smiley head, like pushing him off onto the tracks, and the train ran over him, they distinctly say the collar broke. They distinctly say that. And some people kept carrying the collars around. That's why when someone died, we can take them off. The collars were shut down. I clenched my teeth. Why did everything make sense? I wished I wished it didn't, because if it because if it didn't make sense, then it could have been a nightmare I could have woken up from. This is no nightmare. I wouldn't wake up from it. This is real. The elevator stopped. We left it and went down to darkness. After a long walk, we emerged outside. I understood why Emily was so insistent for me to come outside following the question of my death. Outside was calm. It was an island. Deserted, no doubt, but not too deserted as, in the distance, I could spy some kind of house. It was entirely made of wood and looked like a comical log cabin. What is this? This is what Simon 17 and Emily 17 had made, Simon. Simon 17? Your other self. The one who's escaped before. He's done so by confronting Agnos and pulling Emily along with him to pass through one of the scanner gates. He managed to escape twice during this whole entire ordeal. Once he did so, but he arrived in a ruined world, around 100 years after ending A. He escaped again, this time on this island, 24 years ago. Alas, if it was so easy to accept that as the right ending. But it wasn't the right replicated path. If I can't understand from it, then it might be the closest one to what I needed. So I decided to shut down the experiment to prepare the duo for my speech. So I plan to tell them that it's the exact time. But first, I had to do modifications. I took Emily 17 back in, installed eyes and ears upon her, and... Oh, right. Why did you do that? Why couldn't you leave your other self their senses? I guess if I did, there would be no difference. You know how the endings work, right? When I enter the experiment, it takes all the events that happen and assigns it a letter. Much as I wanted to replicate you exactly as you were, I couldn't. I guess if I did the exact same setup, then God would end up in ending A all over again. Which results in your death and my unfortunate survival. Despite that, I replicated everything as best I could have. The guns, the knife, the rooms, everything's put back as it should have been as long as I could do so. The little trick had a gun. The trick had a gun away for the longest time, and I never found the gun again until you took it out. Said that one gun would have been fine anyway. I made a major change to separate every experiment from this one by removing my own senses. Which, since I wasn't using them during the experiments. There was only ever one gun? Or... there was two guns the entire time? And since one of the guns was hidden, the other one was... Oh my lord. Oh my god. Literally. In the distance I saw... myself. That was Simon 17. Next one was a girl. Emily 17. What the... Hey, Emily! Look at this! My other self called from afar. I stared over, almost longingly the happier life he seemed to be leading with Emily 17. I was jealous of myself. The two of them joined us after rushing over. Simon 17 seemed a little more surprised in not only seeing me, but also seeing Emily too. I didn't think I'd see you again. Oh my god. I was just showing Simon 19 around here for a bit. Simon 19? So this has gone on again for another 2 experiments? You said you'd stop everything, didn't you? But then we didn't see you again. Yes, I said that, but I had to change my mind because... Because what? I had to know. No matter. Either way, I was just showing Simon 19 around. Do you have anything you want to say to each other? Well, just so you can see, there's not much left in Montreal. He motioned with his arms around. Apparently the flood took the world by storm, and due to global warming, everything is now underwater. This is the very top of Mont Royal, mountain in the middle of Montreal. And so it goes. Sorry, I'll avoid being defeatist again. It's okay. I'm still coming to terms with everything that's happened. It's very hard to imagine to ever have spoken with myself. Yourself from 24 years in the future, too. A lot of time has passed, huh? And yet you're barely aging. Emily's looking at us. That's because Emily's aged very, very slowly. It's one of the main parts of the Gem Project. Gamma Ex Machinas were supposed to withstand dozens upon dozens of years of deterioration. Estimate Emily's lifespan to be somewhere in the range of 200 to 300 years. Plenty of time to get this island under control. Oh, don't say it like that. Either way, our business is more or less concluded here. We're going back in? Yes. I'll just stay here too, but it seems to be your double's paradise, so I don't want to intrude. Besides, I belong to another era. Before we go, I have a question. This time, Emily 17 was the one who wanted to take it. What is it? Are you two happy? Yes. You're carefree as the wind. If it's just been one long dream. We don't really need to eat, but we do have to do maintenance. It's not always pleasant. As long as you can do living here, none will disturb you. As I say, paradise. Even if it will probably end someday. We wave to each other. This lifted my spirits, to be honest. I was a little happier despite the horrible situation everyone went through. Then after our goodbyes were given, we went back underground. Only had one last thing to talk to me about before... What? Didn't know what would come after yet. So here we stand. The experiment hasn't really succeeded, and now I'm too old to continue. But if it expires soon, and even God witnessing the world can stop that now. Wow. I don't have a lot of these attempts left in me. I still have enough to repeat the experiment again. What? Why would you do that? So more people can die? A flash of thought passed me by. Only that, I clearly remember Jasmine and Hannah escaping together before. They left the underground, no? Their cars made 9 together. It meant they could have passed the scanner gate. Yet, I hadn't seen them on the surface. Don't get me wrong, Simon. I'm willing to leave Simon 17 and Emily 17 their paradise, but I'm not done here. The experiment needs to replicate the exact way it should have. And did anyone else make it out then? The experiment I replicated was made to let us both escape, and no one else, as the original experiment did. I felt a cold touch on my back. That meant... when Jasmine and Hannah, when they escaped, they didn't? All of that, and they weren't allowed this paradise? Why did you not change that? Why was it that you only changed E-senses? I couldn't risk it. You even left many hints that our 2 cars would let us get out to ensure we would be the ones to make it. There was a puzzle in the infirmary that was blue and red. What does that have to do with anything? I'm supposed to illustrate the combination of 2 to make a 3rd thing. Remember the special note and what it said? It was, none smile within my mask. It was not a mistake. I don't even remember that note. It is an anagram. It says, Simon with Emily makes 9. Nobody's gonna decipher that! The trail was there, Simon. Either way, you have the memories that make up Simon. You need to be restored to your exact self from ending A. I'll let you be active here for a while longer to make peace of your situation. Then I will launch down my program and have the old Emily restore this place for Simon 20 to go. I can't... No, you're wrong about this. I can't do that. I can't repeat the cycle of death. She smiled sadly. Don't worry, Simon 19. I'll be in suspension for 12 years. You'll be allowed to undertake the experiment again until you're restored to your real self. I'm myself right now. I remember it. I remember the collapse. I remember the elevator falling and me dying. And you know what? I point her accusingly. Because of what you did, I remember more too. I remember when I died after Agnos killed you. Remember when I died after uncovering the vats in the reactor? I remember everything. Every single death. I remember all of them. All this pain. All this suffering. I remember everything it put me through. Memories make the person. I'm more myself than I could ever be because I went through this bullshit close to 20 times and I remember all of it! That can't be possible. Memory shouldn't transfer across attempts like that. Makes you complete, but also very strange. She lit up as she figured something out. I see, so that's how it is. Because God is using you as a vessel, God is actually transporting the memories, the information. Is this something that can happen? I never even considered that. It would save so much trouble. She sighed, looking older than ever and decidedly apologetic about the situation. I can undo those. I suppose, perhaps it is time then. So tomorrow, solemn all of a sudden. You sacrificed yourself to save an idiotic girl almost 300 years ago. For that, I will eternally be grateful you chose to do so on your own. I am old, I'm tired, I have changed so much. Yet, I still yearn for your forgiveness. All I work towards now is to finally die in peace. let go of everything on one final note. Will you forgive my mistakes? My lies? Will you forgive me? I don't know. It's weird even consider this, since I played through Code first and then this, and I was playing in chronological fucking order. Wonder how many people play the other way around, and then how confused has that been for them? Oh. Well, I also feel a bit apathetic about it all now. Insidia. God damn it. Sure. Why not? Sling tugged to my head. Oh no. I didn't care. It's my decision, God, or whatever the fuck you are. This is mine, not yours, and anyone else's. Okay. It wasn't programmed by Emily. It was mine. I can't. I can't forgive you. For all that suffering, only my other self is allowed to have a happy end. And out of all of us, just one? One Emily? Emily? One? I can't forgive that. The twins? Hannah and her sister? Maybe it's actually better if I chose that because... Oh boy, I wonder what would happen if, like... Chose the other way. Probably would have said the same thing, but no, like, this is my choice. Oh, I don't forgive her anyway. It's my choice. The twins? Hannah and her sister? What of them and their future? Emily froze, busily struggling with her inner demons. She waited for a few moments, closed her eyes, and exhaled. Ugh. Never seen her this tired before. I see. Very well then, if that is your choice. God, I bet I would have chosen the other option if I played this game first. Oh my god. Probably because I've seen how she was in that game and then this, and now... God. It's a little more realistic standpoint, but Jesus Christ. Don't even, like... I can go both ways, but still, like... I just feel very apathetic towards it. That whole choice, whether or not... If that is your choice. She walked out the lobby. Hey, where are you going? I followed after her. I'll go back to the vats and restart everything as I was planning to do. What? Why? You can't accept my choice? I'll do it until one of you forgives me. I sacrificed far too much for this to fail. For this to end that way. Oh, wow. Oh, fucking Christ. I'll repeat it until one of you finally grants me peace. Wait, is that why... Or my other self's words. She said she would have stopped 24 years ago, and yet, here we were. Was this because... Did my other self also sign up to forgive you? Yes. It is... too much. To toil so hard my entire life. So you can't accept it then! You can't accept my choice. Not God's choice, not your choice, or whatever the fuck. It's mine, and you can't accept it. And you still call yourself worthy of forgiveness? What are you going to do about it? You're a machine. You're bound by laws of robotics and cannot stop me if I chose to continue. Now I know what I have to reprogram next time. This is a choice I have to redo. We'll give you an option here. Then you'll pick forgiveness. After all this, after this entire experiment to not be forgiven, the story did not have a happy ending on some degree. Can I bear it? Disney coughed and fell down to the ground. Ooh. I hesitated, unsure what she was playing at, till I she truly couldn't get back up. I at least helped her sit up against the wall, so we could be on eye level. I can't make it anymore. I'm too old. I'll break down very soon. I couldn't do it in the end. I failed, and now I will end. Please, bring me to the vat. I can't do this, Emily. I can't let you do this. I won't let you do this, Emily. The light strain on me. My program was trying to make me obey the law of robotics. By inaction, I would invoke pain upon her. It's over. You can rest now. I can't forgive you, but I won't let this happen. All I wanted in the end was to get your forgiveness. Can't you let me go in peace? Please give me this one final thing. And I think I changed my mind now. The more she asked me to give her, the more I couldn't. Yeah, I can feel that now. Still remembered Hannah and Jasmine, their struggles, my struggles. Ah, God. Maybe if I played this and take more breaks, maybe I would remember that more. I played this all in one stroke, too. Can cop in everything, too. Holy fuck. I remembered how she continued despite giving my previous self a happy end, just because he can bring himself to forgive her. Everyone was still dead as well. No, yeah, I'll choose the other fucking option. Jasmine might have died of old age, wanting her whole life where I disappeared too. I could never have brought her any news. Emily had also dragged Marco into this mess, and he even died to her too. Okay, you're very fucking convincing me now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Been close to 300 years. This old woman, this lunatic. Was it really E? So much time has passed since ending A. You've changed a lot. You became someone else entirely. Sin repeating this for your own greed. I can't forgive you. Because your younger self still tried to do as she could despite the organization's looming presence. And she almost succeeded in at least saving me. Well, I will forgive you. The you from 288 years ago. I will forgive E. She gave a weak smile, and yet, enough to make her look so much younger. That moment, I felt like I was with the girl I saved. With E. That's good enough. It's my entire life to atone. This moment. And now, it's you. It's your choice. What ends with its place? Maybe I was mistaken, but She coughed again, her eyes widening in her surprise. She tried to say something else, but couldn't. Instead, she lifted her hand and did her best to reach my face. Before she managed to touch it, she fell back down. Immobile. Dead. Emily drew in her last breath, and now it was over. I remained there with her lifeless body for a long time. Didn't know what to think. Didn't want to disturb the couple on the surface as I too, in a way, wanted to have a happy ending. But happy ending was also a fake one. The 24 years just put together was their paradise, as Emily put it. It was also a long dream, and if they had to wake up from it, then so be it. Oh boy. I went back up the stairs. I told them all but the fact something might happen soon. Be ready just in case they had to bunker up. Both of them are studying if I didn't tell them the specifics. Didn't even tell them Emily died either. They were wiser anticipating they accepted this could be the end. Once those preparations were complete, I went back underground. I wandered to the laboratory storage, took E's collar with me, and I reactivated it. I wait for her body, don't wake her up. I wanted to carry what E in it, so I took it with me. Armed with E's collar, I reactivated the reactor room and carried Emily, the old woman's body, inside with me. As I carried E's collar with me, the door shut behind me when I entered the room. I climbed the stairs and sat on the ground with E's collar, Emily's body next to me. And then I waited. Smiley appeared to me. I see you've read to this room. Unfortunately, you must inform me this room is a dead end, in a manner of speaking. It would not be for everyone, however. Before I explain that part, I will tell you the story. It is directly correlating to some of your presences here. And we didn't hear the whole story either, oh my god. There was a girl who did terrible things a long time ago. She, as a result, was taken by our organization for their human experiments. What she did was terrible. What those people did was even worse. The girl's sins were to join them, looking for both fortune and a stable life. The biggest sin of all was how she managed to remain closed off, unable to communicate with others clearly. She was entirely deaf to the plight of her own feelings, and blind to the feelings of others. The situation is a direct result of that. And now, this is the reason why this room is a dead end. The reactor has been set to overheat within 10 minutes. Make no mistakes, this reactor could completely destroy every station here. It's an extremely powerful generator that, on its own, could generate energy to the entire city. But it's not nuclear energy, it is something quite close. Anyone can stop by pushing a button to close the reactor. To point out, but the button is inside a contraption, and pressing will close the door behind that person. This means that whoever presses the button will be trapped within wall stabilizes, resulting in their end. The only question you should both be thinking about for the next 10 minutes is, who will make the sacrifice? This time, there would be no sacrifice. or before I had died, before Hannah had died, and where most likely Countess Marcos, Jasmine's, and others had died here too, I waited. I watched the screen turned off and the minutes count down. The reactor was activating. I could have stepped in to die and stop it. I didn't. Did I think there would be no sacrifice? Oh no. There would be a sacrifice. In fact, there would be 3 sacrifices. Emily and I would be sacrifices along with her more younger, more naive self. Together, all 3 of us would be here when it ended. I closed my eyes, waiting my fate in outer darkness. One final time. What do you think, God? Am I alive or dead? Are you alive or dead? Fucking Christ. Oh god. Oh, that whole last thing for the disclaimer must have been, That must have been something new, but holy fucking shit, yes, you convinced me. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. Oh god. More people need to play this. More fucking people need to play this. Holy shit. Oh my god. I don't even... So combining everything with Ritzy Code in here... Oh my god. I don't know how, but everything sort of falls together, even more so. Oh god. Breaking free from programming. Oh my god, the whole thing I brought up with Destiny, it applies so much here. It applies so much. So much. The game contains gratuitous violence and death, and all the events of the story really happen, and only in the world you're gonna witness. None of the events happening. Twitter tweet, retweet, Ticker. Oh my god. Smile and shine once again. Oh god. S code. Oh my god. I don't even know what I can even say that, like, you know, makes this even better. Okay, well, I'll just make even more my choice, because, like, the whole ending thing there, I don't know, like, what is the word? I'm actually so happy I was proven wrong. Confirmation bias. That. I don't even know what I'm feeling right now. It's... Oh my god. I remember reading so many other stories in Destiny in that, with some characters like forced to go along prophecies and all that, another one where they're for programming this, and this was another one I'm adding to that pile. Even worse than the other stories I've read that deal with this exact same thing, or fan fiction, other ones of them, fuck it. Technically it was a romance game, but I'm not gonna deal with the whole thing. Yeah, because I still have my bit of shame. Oh god. Oh god. That whole thing. Oh my god. Holy shit. I wonder. That's all I'm wondering right now. Would I have not decided to forgive her if I wasn't in this game first? Play this game first? Like the original version? Even if it, like, you know... Even if it had, like, you know... It was a bit more choppy, everything, like, all that. Would I still decide I chose that? Probably not. I don't know. I'm getting reminded of, like, when I went through Amnesia. Like, Amnesia Rebirth. That's not a good game, by the way. Like, the most fun I got from that game was literally the middle bits, and probably better that no one saw it. because that whole thing of me recording now was a mess, but the whole thing choice like that was similar to this, like, just let go, or just, like, take what little you have left, even if you already know it's gonna be doomed, and carry on. I was not invested in that story at all. Holy shit. And this is severely opposite of that. Even weirder that, even quantum suicide. Jesus Christ, I swear, I'm gonna take some bit of meaning from every single game I'm playing and apply it to somewhere else. Every single piece. And it's even kind of more ironic. Since Birth Me Code takes place years ago, and going through... I'm not even talking about the game itself anymore. Just talking about what this means to me. I'm pretty sure my life would have changed even, like, also as well if I played this years ago, and now it's changed me here now. I'm just wondering... It's a weird feeling to think about. It changed so much. I remember just bashing Simon so much at the beginning because of the whole aggravation against Marco. Both because funny Marco memes, and also I actually grew to like Marco's character in the beginning of the Birth Me Code too, but oh my god, he's been dead all this time. All this time. That's so depressing, and I don't know why that didn't click with me up to that choice. I am actually, if this happened for real, I am so glad my choice is taken away from me. I am so glad my choice is taken away from me. So glad. Yeah, all this is out. It's in the middle of the fucking thing. This takes place out of all that. Oh boy. Jesus. Now I'm just wondering how else things are gonna go if, like, the games I'm gonna play, like, go to this exact level is also, like, thought, polish, and all that kind of fucking jazz. Oh my god. The amount of stuff here which is sticking with me. The soul through time. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm having the exact same feeling I had when I finished V3 for the first time, and I was so ecstatic and I guess maybe a bit obsessive about it, because that was me, a younger self. Oh yay. I guess I'm gonna put Simon's put as, like, naive younger self and make it a sacrifice. And Simon there is... dead. And oh my god. That means when people went through Hedda's code first, then Birth Me Code? Oh my god. I'm actually... oh god. There's part of me that wants me to, like, force my friend to play through all these games. Let's see how that goes. I don't even care how long it takes. I want it to happen. I wonder what happens when we play them in order of release. Like, he plays through all the games, Hedda's Code, then Birth Me Code, and whatever Product of Forge is gonna be. Oh boy, I already know it's gonna be fun. I've already said at the very beginning, I got annoyed at the thing about Birth Me Code at the start, and apparently that's another time, I'm happy I was proven wrong. I was happy I was proven wrong. I love it. I love it when I get called out like this. I love it. Maybe not many other people, like, V3 is controversial for a reason, but I love it. It's amazing. Oh my god. It's all this for every single one of these. All the lexicon is here. And the searches. I don't know if that's even gonna add anything to it, but no, probably just for achievements, but you know, if it adds something else, maybe I'll go back to it. If it doesn't open anything else, but I doubt it because literally everything is ended. Oh my god. 288 years. 8288. Wow. Jeez. Okay, I need to go for lexicon. What was it? That is weird to think about. Like, this is the CG I think I saw earlier. Like, near the beginning of the game. Not that near the beginning, but I distinctly remember it being orange. And I'm glad my brain processed that wrong. Don't know if it was an early model of it or not, but I definitely remember something about a brain in a jar. Maybe I was extrapolating things between other things. And again, I'm glad I was proven wrong. Oh boy. So many things here, so much, Please support this person. Please support Miracle Moon, I swear to God. This is amazing. All this stuff. Oh God. Is every single game they're gonna make just gonna make me feel this way? In some way, shape, or form? Oh. Oh boy. Nice. Nice. Oh, God damn it. I have no idea why I get so attached to the whole destiny and prophecy trope or something like that. Like, so much. I'm realizing that now. Every single story which I love to death has that. Even that romance game I'm trying to say above. Oh boy, it was a sci-fi game as well. Didn't even realize it was a romance game until later on through it. Watching a playthrough of it by someone. And by then I realized it was romance, and the person playing was having so much thirst over the main two couple. I was too invested. And by that point, everything was already set. Oh God. That's another example of I don't want to reveal it because for a different reason than another time I talked about another movie, another thing about what was it? And the Dark Pictures anthology game, Little Hope. And that it was basically the entirety of I talked about a similar movie, and even though that was because it had a similar idea in it, I couldn't say the title of it because just talking about the movie's title itself was also a spoiler, and I don't want people to go into it blind. In this case, it's sort of not that same reason. I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed, but I can't say. I should probably end this here, though. Oh God. But the whole thing about, like, with Simon, just like, oh my God, my whole thought process changed him so much. Making jokes against him. Oh boy. Well, he's definitely not a coward anymore. I'll give him that much. He's amazing. He's honestly amazing. Oh boy. He was also right as well to distrust E a tiny bit, even though at the beginning I trusted her more. Oh boy. Probably because that was her old personality, and now... Oh boy. Everything just flowed so nicely. So nicely. That's all it can ever be. And I don't even know how long I recorded the whole rest of the game all in a single day. I wonder if that's changed anything for me. I know that very much. I'm sure it's changed me forever. The whole thing they said before, the second you learn something, you can't unlearn it. Felt it with V3. Nothing resonated with me until that game too much. Then spiraled downward into degeneracy in that. It's such a nice feeling to get that way. Even though I'm going off a ramble and not even talk about the game itself. It's just a nice feeling to get that whole thing, from anything that resonates with you deeply. Like, you can connect to it so much, some way. I feel it here, even though the ending tried to make a distance itself from, the player, the god. That makes it even more connected to me. I wonder how many people who know about Zero Escape and decide to go through this if they ever hear about it. I play through this game first. They probably maybe get a bit angry about this as they did with V3. I wonder. Oh boy. Oh, well, I guess the time will come for that when the people ever do get around to playing this goddamn masterpiece. I love it. And you know the best part? Masterpiece starts with an M and ends in E. But who knows? This was a great experience. Still gonna fucking support the developer. It's amazing. Buy this fucking game. I don't even care if, like, you know, you don't play it. Just give it more credit. Give it more, just money. Just put it in your library. You can never play or touch it again. You just like to, like, later on, years later in your life, just go like, oh yeah, I remember this game. This is pretty cool. You just play for a tiny bit. And that's it. And that's all of it. Buy it, please. That's really all I can do on this end, besides on my front, like literally physically and personally supporting him. That's all the best I can do from here. The best I can do. I'm happy about it. I'm so happy about it. This kind of stuff needs to be more out there. It needs recognition. That's what this stuff is. Strong opinions time. Oh boy. I already know I'm gonna whole tire it, but that's even after I'm done recording this and gonna be putting all this together. But it is the end. And the end apparently was the beginning. Status quo was technically the effect of this whole series, and the rest was the cause apparently. And apparently, every cause comes to an effect, and the effect usually is the end, so this is that end. So, have a fun time I'm watching through this whole entire game and Birth Me Code if you've seen that. All through the end. However, I'll be seeing me next time. What time it is for Project Forge, where the name is. And I'll hope you have a fantastic life.